My name is Albert Weinzierl. I'm the owner of this beautiful Alfa GTAm, and I have the car like I think 9 years, and I bought it like it is. Meanwhile, you know, the technique is changing and everything. And evaluation, we have more power than 9 years before, another gearbox and stuff like that. Usually the car is built only for racing. The track test is only for proving and everything like that. Normally we go to Italy and have a race there. It's called the Alfa Revival Cup, and so the setup is for the Alfa Revival Cup. We go with slicks there. You can go slicks instead of semi-slicks, and yes, I mean, the car looks now really like brand new because we had an accident last year in the Alfa Revival Cup, a heavy accident, and so we decided to, you know, to rebuild it in the last evaluation, what is possible at the moment. And Peter from Formula GT is a friend of mine, and he is responsible for the work and for the engine and for the gearbox. And Fabian, who talked to you before, he's my mechanic. He's you know, like an artist, and he was responsible for every detail which we have right now.
Hi guys, I'm Fabian. I work for Formula GT in Munich. Today we talk about the 7050 GTAm Alfa Romeo. The car has like an inline 4-cylinder. It has around 220 horsepower, weighs around 920 kilos. Yeah, it's a period correct race car. We take a lot to tracks in Italy, all around Europe, and it had a small crash last year, and I rebuilt it the whole winter. And yeah, let me show you around the car. So right here you can see it's in like the inline 4-cylinder engine. It has a twin spark ignition. It has like a slide throttle that we rebuilt it, because usually it runs with like a carburetor engine, and most people run it with carburetor engine, but we rebuilt the flat slide throttle. Now it has like a mechanical fuel injection, all period correct, like the period correct airbox. It's a new build cylinder head. It's like on the original effect, just rebuilt and a little bit improved. It has magnesium cam covers, a new manifold, our own radiator, all reimagined, rethinked about, and put as much horsepower out of it as we can get, yeah. Last winter we rebuilt the whole car, so we tried to, we decided to rebuild the interior too. It's a whole new dashboard. It looks like the original dashboard, but it's a JFK version of it. But we try to have it as original as possible with the original wood. The chrome amateurs, try to keep it as simple as possible for the looks and for lightweight. The car right now weighs around 880 kilo. But for homologation we have to put it to 920 kilograms. So we put in some extra weight at specific points, that the weight ratio is better. Put like a small box for all the main ignitions and main parts that you can still reach while you're seated in and have the belts on. And yeah, it's pretty much stripped out, but we still try to keep it as the original as possible. Right here you can see the fuel injection system, or part of the fuel injection system. It's our own gas tank, like a safety gas tank, built with a plate from our company too, to keep it all together. And then we have two Fazet low pressure pumps to suck the fuel out of the big gas tank, put it into the catch tank. And out of the catch tank there's a small hose goes to the high pressure pump, and from the high pressure pump it goes the whole way to the front end, to the engine. to the mechanical fuel injection. And then from the injection pump it goes back into the tank and then it tests a circle. The wide body parts are out of GFK. It's allowed to have the hood and the bonnet out of GFK too. The doors you're allowed to have in aluminium, so the doors are similar to the GTA doors. And the wheels, you run aluminium or magnesium wheels. The width is about 8.5 to 9. Right now it's on the wet setup of Michelin. Because it's wet in Spa, we have to use a wet tire. And yeah, that's pretty much it.
I drive modern cars as well, but you know, this is a car which has a certain soul for me. My first Alfa Romeo, I had it with 19 years old. It was a Spider, and 9 years ago a friend of mine said, okay, take a seat and I show you how a GTAm is driving. I never knew what is a GTAm. I never saw a car like that before, and it was so amazing. So amazing for me to this experience, because it's the car, you sit in the car in the Alfa Romeo. It's beautiful, but you sit in the car, not on the car like a BMW 2002. You can drive very rough, very hard with this car. You can do everything with this car. This is and this is Alfa Romeo. It's Italian. It's beautiful. It's yeah, how should I say? I love it. I love this car. It's my most favorite car I have. It's, you know, it's magic. This racetrack has, you know, you hear a lot of history. What happened here with other race drivers, Formula One and everything. The nature is fantastic, and it's a combination like the Nordschleife and Monza. The fast corners and also short corners like the bus stop. You brake very hard. You can find everything here on this track. You have the Eau Rouge, which is, you know, amazing. With this year you can, with the clicks, with full throttle. I mean, the car goes, it's getting very light on the top of Eau Rouge. No, I think it's one of the most beautiful racetracks I race. It's always a pleasure to be here.